Okay, here it is. Let's check this out. We have the Sega Genesis Classic Game Console Deluxe. Now, the cool thing is, my wife got me this for Christmas. Yes, it's August. But she told me, go ahead and open it, babe. Check it out. See if you like it. See if it's all it's meant to be. So I said, sure, I can do that. Anyway, here's the box. Pretty cool. Very classic look to it. Original Sega Genesis logo. Says it includes 2 wired controllers. This is the 25th anniversary of Sonic. Pretty cool. More Sonic games in the back. So it looks like Sonic Spinball. You got Sonic Knuckles, Sonic Blast, 1 and 2. Show some pictures of Golden Axe here. Great artwork. Show you the top. Here's the top of the box. Classic Game Console Deluxe. There's the side. This is made by AtGames. Here's the other side. Package listing right here. Includes the Classic Game Console, 80 built-in games in the console, a bonus cartridge of 12 games built in, 2 wired controllers, and AC power adapter and instruction manual. Plug and play. Alright. Check out the backs. 92 games included. Shows them all right here. And looks like the bottom ones are the non-Sega Genesis games. Okay, so the top ones are the Sega Genesis games, the 40. That's kind of a bummer. It's kind of misleading. It says 92 games, Sega right next to Sega Genesis. So right off the bat, that's not a deal breaker, but that's kind of, misleading. So the intent of this video, though, is to give you little tips and things like that. As I'm unboxing this, what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking as I'm doing it. So anyway, let's take a look. The box is pretty sturdy, though. It definitely feels like a pretty well-made box. It's got classic art on it. Let's see what the inside is. So we got Classic Game Console instruction manual. Okay. Classic Game Console key list. Okay, where everything is. What is this? Oh, the Dino games, the built-in cartridge. Okay, I have no idea why we're getting Dino games or who made this. This is probably some indie developer homebrew. Yeah. Never heard of any of these games. Okay, well. Alright, and what is this? Call 816684. Okay. So, additional information. So, let's take a look, guys. Alright, so we have the 12 Dino games in one cartridge. Let's take a look at the console. It's kind of light, but it is small, so it does have a console port there, so it looks like you can play your console games. That's a nice feature. Power button, menu, that's pretty cool. Player 1 and player 2 ports, that's pretty cool. So you can plug in your consoles. I was reading on the instructions online, and it does say, yes, these slots only recognize 6-button controllers. That's good to know. So your 3-button controllers are not going to work. Okay, so let's check out the hookups. So we have a DC port here for power, an audio and video AV. Interesting that they only have a mono and not a stereo. That's another little thing I'm noticing here. That's going to be that may affect the actual quality of the sound, you know, for sure. What we got here? So the standard AV cables. Oh, now this is a plus. I do like this. So you can play the games in the console. I do like that. It does have ports, so you can plug in your own controllers. I do like that. And I really like it when companies do this. They take that brick and they squeeze it down to this little thing so that when you plug it in, you know, it doesn't take up, you know, 2 or 3 spots on your power strip. That is really cool. I do like that. Okay, so let's pull that out too. The 12-in-1 dyno games. And all right, and you do get 2 6-button controllers. They do feel light. Cord looks a little short. That's probably about a 4-footer. Yeah, it's about a 4-footer. They do feel a little light, but the buttons are actually really comfortable. I would say almost an improvement. And the D-pad is not bad either. Yeah, it's pretty good. But the controller does feel really light. That's kind of weird. I don't know. All right, let's get her all hooked up and let's see how it actually plays. So the Fire Core is the software that they use, you know, for the menu. All right, so we got Alex Kidd, Alien Storm, Altered Beast, Aeroflash, Bonanza Brothers, Chacon Columns 1 and 3, Comic Zone, Crackdown, Decap Echo, Echo Jr., Echo 2, SWAT, Eternal Champions in here, Fatal Labyrinth, oh good, Game Ground, Golden Axe, 1, 2, and 3, Kid Chameleon, see Shadow Dancer, you should love playing that one. Oh, Shinobi 3, that's a good one. I wasn't too big of a fan of Sonic 3D Blast, but it's cool they got it in there. Sonic and Knuckles, of course. Sonic Spinball. I did love Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, of course. Classic games, you can't beat them, guys. Oh, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3. The Ooze. Not many people played that game, but that was actually a really interesting game. And Vector Man. Awesome graphics. Pushed the Sega Genesis to the limit back in the day. And we got Part 2 and Virtua Fighter. So that's the first 4 pages. That's 40 games. Now we get into the indie games. So what do we got? Air Hockey, Black Sheep, Brain Switch, Bulls and Cow. See, I've never heard of any of these, and the presentation, okay, chess, colored puzzle, yeah. These look like games that you would just, you know, randomly get on a computer. Like you go under games and you get Solitaire, or you'd be at a bar and you'd sit there and, you know, at the slot machine or something, and you'd see these kind of games. These look just odd. None of these look polished. Mahjong, okay. I've never even heard it. Okay, Memory. A Memory Match. Mr. Balls, Naval Power. That's probably like a battleship game. Panic Lift. Yeah. Sudoku. Yeah, these don't look like they're worth it at all. I'm not even going to try those games. I want to review some of the games on here. I'm a little frustrated that you only get 40. That's a little irritating off the bat. Let's try Alien Storm off the bat. I played this as, you know, a kid, both on the Sega Genesis and on the arcades. So let's see what this looks like on this. Okay, I don't know if you heard that, but that was extremely off in the sound. That was really weird to describe. Whoa. Okay, it kind of sounds like the sound effects are maxed out with treble. the sound, it's not bad. Let's give this a try. Yeah, it's definitely mono, but it's mono with really high treble. All right, let's try the game. Wow, that is... Yeah, it's off. It's definitely off. So the controller is good. Yeah, the controller is good. The music... Okay, I don't know if you can hear me. The controller is fine. Actually, the controller feels very comfortable. The buttons are awesome, actually. I love this controller. It's a little light, you know, feels a little cheap, but the buttons in the D-pad, they perform well and they feel well in the hands. But yeah, the music is, it's kind of undertoned, and just the sound effects seem to overtake it, and they're real high and like kind of garbled. It's almost like they programmed it with the decibel level really high. All right, let's hit the menu button. That's how you get out. Let's try Altered Beast. Everybody can recognize this one. And see how this one does on sound effects. Not bad. It's pretty good. Can you guys tell though? The sound effects are so much louder at decibel levels than the music that they're very distracting. I mean, you notice I'm not changing the volume. There's the music, and then when you go to the gameplay, you hear the sound effects. Can you guys tell? Wow. Oh. Now that was spot on. That actually sounded just like the arcade, just like the original. That sounded really good. So far, so good. So many memories playing this as a kid. Okay, so the power up, that was spot on too. So the voices seem to be pretty good, but when I'm kicking stuff, or, you know, back to the sound effects again, it's very pitchy, very high, very loud. Okay, not bad. That sounded perfect. I paused it, it didn't lag. Okay, that is really, really loud. Try Streets of Rage, see how that goes. That's a pretty classic one. Also known for its great music, and let's see how this one plays out. But so far, I mean, it's not bad. It's just, you know, my ears are really sensitive. I can tell the difference between the original and this, and yeah. It's definitely pitchy on the sound effects. It's a little off, but you know, I'd give that about a B plus. It's not bad. So, you know, for the casual gamer, you know, they're probably not going to notice. This is probably going to be great for them. You know, for me as a gamer and a collector, I'm a little bit more picky. I don't know, I got mixed feelings right now, but I'm not happy about the fact that I'm only getting 40 games, and not happy that the sound effects are a little pitchy. So of course I always used Axel. Alright, Adam actually gets kidnapped in part 2. Alright. Oh, now this sounds really good. This is really... Ooh. That actually sounds accurate. Yeah, sound effects are spot on. Yeah, the go that just blinked. The go that just blinked. No, that's, yeah. I don't know where they got that. That's, no. Okay, that's just me being picky. I don't know. So, you know, one of the things I do like so far, though, is that this one, they have both the music and the sound effects, you know, kind of on the same decibel level, so they're not drowning each other out. Alright, let's see how this sounds. I'd give that a solid A. That was pretty dang good, actually. Yeah. That was spot on. So far, Streets of Rage, yes, I like it. I want to hear the boss music real quick, and then we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's pretty spot on. Okay, we're back to pitchy though. I can hear it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but you know, maybe I'm just being over picky. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty pitchy. Not bad though. That one overall, I'd give it A. Let's try Streets of Rage 2. Okay, we'll skip this. Whoa. Okay, the music is really loud. Sound effects are too. I always chose Skate on part 2. Yeah, that's really, that's distracting to me. So the sound effects when I'm punching, I don't know if you guys can tell through the mic. I'm recording this on my iPhone, so, you know, take it for what it is. But I have an external mic hooked up to me. But yeah, it's very pitchy and very loud. It's not, yeah, it's not, definitely not authentic. Let's try Sonic. Okay. And then I'm gonna put in, you know, my own Streets of Rage or Sonic, you know. We'll go from there. Yeah, it's just, and do you hear it? Right there, when he gets rings. It's scratchy, kind of, and echoey. Yeah, they have the decibel way up. Just for reference, you saw me turn it down to 18 or 19. I normally play my Sega Genesis at 30. So, yeah, it's almost a third higher, or double. Yeah, it's a little echoey. Wow, did you hear that when it dropped? Here are my thoughts initially. It's a great, presentation. The box, the controllers, everything that you get. That's a good. So if you're a collector, it's a great addition to your collection. It's also portable, well, a lot more portable because all the games are in it. You do get 40 games. The selection of games is pretty good. You get the Golden Axes, the Streets of Rage. I don't see Mortal Kombat's in here. They do have the Echoes. They do have the Sonic the Hedgehogs, of course. So, that's a good thing. You're kind of, for the negative, you're kind of duped into getting 52 of these, I would call them bar games at best. So let's do good for bad. So that's a bad. Let's go back to good. The good, the controller is very nice. You get 2 of them. That's another good. You do get controller ports. It's not IR or infrared or RF. You don't have to worry about batteries or any of that stuff. So that's a good. It does have a cartridge, so you can play other games in it. That's a good. In fact, let's do that. Okay, so I decided to put in my Sonic the Hedgehog. See how it sounds any different. So let's give it a try. What do you think, guys? Yeah, that part just... Well, it sounds the exact same as the Sonic the Hedgehog that comes with it. So apparently the sound actually runs, whether it's on the emulator or through the cartridge, runs through the same chip on the board. So unfortunately this sounds just like the one that's on it. An EA title, Bill Walsh College Football. See if this extra EA slot here has any effect on it. Let's try it out. Okay, so it does play it. The voices are, a little off, so there's still that little sound issue. Let's just start it. I just want to hear the sound effects. Okay, crowd sounds pretty good. Okay, sound effects, not bad. Oh, fumble. Ha ha! I got the ball. All right, so the whistle, no. What about the play selection? Okay, pretty good actually. Okay. Let's do a field goal real quick and see how it sounds. It's good. Okay. Not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. All right. So I'd give that an A. It plays the cartridge fine. Bill Walsh actually played pretty good. The other thing I wanted to try was Street Fighter 2 Special Edition, because this is one of those very large games. I don't know if you can tell here. 24 megs. I mean, this is one of the big ones back in the day. So I want to see if it has any problem reading some of the big cartridges. And the verdict? No problem. That sounds good. That sounded fine. It's a little echoey on the sound though, right here. I should just do that once, not twice. Okay, that was fine. That's alright. Japan was very muffled though. You could barely hear that. It should have been more pronounced. There we go. That sounded perfect. Oops. Oops. Yeah, get out of here. Sound effects are pretty good though. Get out of here with that. Big boy. Okay, that actually sounded pretty good. Alright, so it does play the large cartridges. It does play the EA cartridges. And it does play, of course, regular Sonic, cartridge. Man, that is really in there. Alright, so overall, it's not a bad system. It really isn't. Negatives. I don't like that you only get 40 games. That's a bummer. I don't like the fact that you get tricked into getting, stuff like this. I'm gonna toss that in there real quick. I don't like the fact that the sound and the music are off on almost all the games that I tried, with the exception of Streets of Rage Part 1. So here's the Dino game. What do we got here? 2 pages. I have no idea. Let's just try one, I guess. Does it really matter? Sure. I don't even know what I just did. So I'm moving this little yellow guy. You have to get to a path that's safe. And you have to memorize what you just saw. I see. What? Okay. Okay, well, point is, let's try one more. Random. Hide and seek, sure. Play game. So he was in the middle, and I have to follow it as it moves around. So he's still in the middle. I saw that. Oops, I hit back. So the music is really muffled on this. I don't even think you guys can hear it, can you? So I found him. Yay. Yeah, see, these games are just... I'm not quite sure. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we're gonna cut that off. So another dislike. The games that come with this, if I can even get them out, this is garbage. I don't even know why you put this in here. These is like a, what Generation X, retro gamer would ever want or even know what these are, okay? That's a waste of time. Should have just made it 80 games. That's another dislike, okay? So I dislike that you only get 40. I dislike the fact that the other 52 games are not good. You should just put the 40 games in there and let it be. I dislike the sound. The sound for the effects specifically are off. I tried, what was it, 5 games? 4 games? I don't know. The only one that seemed to be really good and spot on was Altered Beast, but even then the sound effects were off. When I tried Alien Storm, same thing. Some sounds didn't play. Some sounds are very pitchy and off. That was the other 2 games. What else did we play? Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yep, same thing. The falling of the, landscape, the rings, all that stuff. I mean, the game played great. The graphics for AV output, this is actually really good. I was impressed. It's nice and pixelated. It looks great. It's not smoothed out and soft, so I like that. It's very pixelated. It looks nice. Streets of Rage was, I think, the only one that I would give, you know, in sound effects that we played, of the 5 games, you know, a B plus or even A minus overall. You know, yeah, I'd give it an A minus. And some things I could pick out, you know, little things, but overall that was a great representation of the game. Music, sound effects, gameplay. Well, all of them had great gameplay, but just on the music and the sound effects. So, you know, those are the bads. The goods. This thing is really tiny. I mean, you can just, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me pick this up. I mean, it's like the size of your hand, basically. You know, it's like that. You could hold that. I mean, you could wrap this up and take it with you. That's pretty cool. You know, it does add a nice, you know, piece to the collection. That's another great thing. You know, it does have a great box. This is a nice piece for any collector, you know, to add to your, you know, to your stand or, you know, your setup, your man cave. You know, that part's pretty cool. The other cool part I do like is you can play your own console cartridges in it. That is really cool. You know, albeit it still has to go through the same sound, you know, but you can play whatever you want. Not like the NES and Super Nintendo Classic where you're kind of stuck with what games are on it. It does come with controller ports, so you're not stuck with you know, infrared or RF or whatever, you know, getting in, you know, problems, interference or whatever, or range issues or battery life. So that's kind of a nice option, or a negative if you do like wireless. It does come, so another good is it does come with 6-button controllers. That is a really cool feature, and not just one, but it does come with 2. You know, so that's, you know, for your money, you know, that's some bang for your buck. So I got to hand them to it. You know, that was really nice. Another small thing that I really like, you know, of course, was the power adapter. It was really skinny, so that's a really nice addition. You know, little changes. I like when companies think about the player a little bit more. So that was cool. The other thing I like, the game selection. They are missing Mortal Kombat's, they are missing Phantasy Star, you know, they are missing some of the other ones. But I mean, if you got Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, all the Golden Axes, then you're already doing well. You know, I would consider anything else just extra. You know, I mean, oh, Fatal Labyrinth, I love that game. You know, Alien Storm, Altered Beast, they have some of the basics. Even Comic Zone, what a terrific platform game. Probably one of the best, made in the late era of the Sega Genesis. So anyway, it does seem to play all the games that I threw at it. I'm not sure if it plays any of those, what is it, SVC chip games. I don't have any of those games. It does have Virtua Fighter, which I think required that chip. You know, and it plays. I mean, if it doesn't, but I think Virtual Racing was one that used that chip back in the day. You know, so let's try it out real quick. Let's try Wolf. Ah, get the juggle. Ah. There we go. Anyway, so so there's some good, there is some bad. You know, I don't know, guys. It's up to you. It's a personal call. I think this is more geared towards the non-retro gaming enthusiast. You know, I think it's meant for, you know, I'm gonna buy this for my, you know, me and my wife to play, or me and my kids to play, or, you know, but if you have friends that are retro gamers that are also hardcore enthusiasts that really know the system inside and out, they may notice the sound issues, you know, and may make a comment. You know, and you know, of course, the fact that you're only getting 40 games, of which I have half of already. So for me, it's probably not going to be a worthy gift. I'm going to have to break that news to the wife, but you know, we'll see. For now, you know, I kind of have mixed feelings, but I wanted to get your thoughts. You know, add them to the comments below. Let me know what you think. This is kind of a mixed bag for me, but for me personally, I don't think it's going to be a worthy addition, solely because of the sound. I'm very, very picky. You know, I'm a purist. I kind of like the original stuff on the original consoles, and I play it all there on the original consoles. Oh, one other note I did forget to mention. The ports do support other controllers. I did try, you know, some other controllers. They just have to be 6-button. But they do support, you know, your own. They don't have to be this one. For me, it's not gonna probably fit, you know, for my collection. So anyway, like I said, hit me up with the comments below, guys. Let me know what you think.